How's it going, everybody? Rybread here today, and as you can tell by the screen, I'm going to be talking about my comments and thoughts about the NHL 17-18 season Adidas jerseys. Now, I hate the Adidas move. I hate Adidas. I just don't think they're a good company for hockey. I honestly don't, and I don't think they should have gotten the rights to do the jerseys this year. I personally even think Nike would have been a stretch had they gotten it. I was fine with the jerseys that we were getting. There were a lot of alternative uniforms that should have just become number one uniforms, but we'll touch on that as we go through. So we'll just go ahead and start here at the Atlantic Division. This is I pulled this from Twitter as well, guys. So if you want to go find that, I'm using Aesthetics on Twitter. They tweeted out a picture of every single one of them, so you guys can go ahead and check those out. But first things first, let's go ahead and start the Atlantic Division with the Montreal Canadiens. Not really too much there. It's pretty much the standard. I do kind of like this blue and white at the bottom. I don't remember if they had that before, but I don't know. Their jersey's kind of standard. I like the jersey. And then with the Ottawa Senators, they got this black, this red, white, and black on the side with the numbers. I like the lack of upper piping and whatnot. Lack of color up top besides the red and the couple patches and the numbers, because I think that's a pretty sharp-looking uniform. So congratulations, Ottawa Senators. I actually do like your uniforms. Florida Panthers, believe it or not, I do like the new Florida Panthers uniforms. They are pretty slick. It's a kind of a new style. I kind of like the soccer patch feel to it, but that's just my personal opinion. So Florida Panthers not really changed too much. Same thing with the Leafs. Just a little bit. You know what? I'm confused on what Adidas is doing with the collar. Some of the collars stop right as soon as you get to the front half of the body. It's weird. It's bizarre. I don't like it. But that's Adidas. We'll have to be stuck with that until the contract runs out. Yay! Tampa Bay Lightning continue to be one of the most boring jerseys in the NHL. Not really anything there. Super simplistic, and I could have drawn this one, and I'm a terrible artist. The Boston Bruins, it looks pretty clean. I like it. I like the Boston Bruins. Not a lot of variation from their old jersey, but still pretty nice. I'm just checking something here. Yeah. Buffalo Sabres are up next. Still the only team in the NHL to have the numbers up here on the front. I like how we got rid of the pit stains and the piping, but other than that, I would have really liked to see royal blue. You guys might have seen my tweet. If you didn't, my Twitter is rybreadthrough097. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter. I respond to all DMs, and I'm very active on Twitter when it comes to you guys. But I made a comment that all 1.25 million of us in Buffalo here wanted royal blue, and Adidas is like, nah, guys. We know what's better for you. We know you want royal blue, but we don't think you'll like the royal blue even though you say you want it. So we're going to go back and give you navy blue. There you go. How do you like that, guys? I do like getting rid of the pit stains and everything, but, you know, that's how it is. The Detroit Red Wings, another classic jersey in the NHL that wasn't touched too much. I'm just starting to notice a theme with all the numbers on the outside, on the bicep-ish area. The outer part of the arm. So I don't know if that's something every team has done before, but it's something that I think is pretty new, and I don't know how I feel about the number on the side of the jersey there as well. But the Red Wings are fine. So let's go ahead and move over to the Metropolitan Division. Pittsburgh Penguins, I really like the way they went back to this uniform. The ones that like Mario Lemieux played back in. I think these are the best jerseys the Pittsburgh Penguins have ever had in franchise history, and Adidas didn't really change them too much, so right on them for doing that. The Blue Jackets, I could have seen a little bit different of piping, but nothing too crazy there. I don't mind it. As far as the Carolina Hurricanes are concerned, I like their jerseys. I know they don't get a lot of love in the NHL, but I like their jerseys. I think it's a nicer looking jersey. It's got that kind of modern flair, but it's not too busy like some of these other jerseys. The Rangers, again, I like the classic with the Rangers script font just going down the chest there. And I like the stripes. It's pretty simplistic, but it's a nice, sharp-looking uniform. The Washington Capitals, I think, is another team that won this, although you would have liked to see them go to those Winter Classic jerseys, not the ones they wore with the W, but you guys know the ones, the one with this logo and the stars all across it and the pants. You guys know that one. With the lighter colors. This one, they got rid of all that ugly piping. It's not as busy, but a lot more horizontal stripes I've noticed this year as well. But the Capitals, I think it's a nice jersey. The New York Islanders, not too crazy there. I'm not a fan of it necessarily. It's not the best jersey I've ever seen. I've never been a huge fan of it. A team with a lot of potential as we're moving forward here. I would have liked to see the New Jersey Devils get a little bit better of a look going on. I mean, it's not the greatest look in the world. It's pretty boring, and I wish I would have seen some green and red, not so much black and red. But it is what it is. The Flyers are continuing to up their jersey game. As this might be kind of controversial, but I do like this. You guys can see here on the arms the piping of the white thick piping. I do like that with the black cuffs. I think it's just a sharp looking uniform, and hopefully they carry over the same away jersey from last year. Now, the Nashville Predators, I was talking to some of my friends who are Nashville Predators fans. I didn't really like it at first, but I've kind of grown accustomed to it now as we sit here and I look at it. I miss the piping, believe it or not. I was never a huge fan of the piping, but now that it's gone, the uniform just kind of looks blank, although it still does contain those little flares, like the guitar pick on the shoulder. I believe the keyboard on the collar and the guitar strings on the numbers are still there. The Colorado Avalanche, fantastic for them. It's nice to see them kind of go to a hybrid between what they used to have and what they had last year, and it's just a nice looking jersey. I do like the blue piping at the bottom here in the diagonal. It's not something I would like in a lot of other colors, but the Colorado Avalanche, you guys did a good job making your jerseys there. Chicago Blackhawks, nothing really to talk about there. Same old, same old. No longer think it's one of the best jerseys in the NHL. It used to be, but I kind of am starting to steer away from that now that I look at it a little bit more. The Minnesota Wild, I think, are the biggest winners here. Fantastic for them. That is a sick-looking uniform. The Minnesota Wild have always had amazing-looking uniforms. I was really hoping they'd stick with all green instead of all red, and that's exactly what they did. Fantastic job, Minnesota Wild. Very happy with those uniforms. St. Louis Blues. I like their jerseys. I've always liked their jerseys. That's the kind of royal blue I wish the Sabres would use, but they didn't. But the St. Louis Blues jerseys look very, very good. And I know I keep giving credit to the team guys, and I know Adidas is the one who designed the jerseys and everything like that. But I'm just basically saying they did a good job with that team's design. So when I say, congratulations, St. Louis Blues, on having a good jersey, I know it wasn't necessarily the team that designed them, but it's a good jersey, so I'm going to give credit to the team that's wearing them. Dallas Stars, still like their jerseys. Pretty simplistic, nothing too crazy. Winnipeg Jets, I could have seen a little bit more of an improvement. I do like the light blue. I don't know if this is the first time I've just ever taken a serious look at the Winnipeg Jets uniform and noticed the light blue, but I think it's a welcome addition. It's kind of nice. So that ends the Central Division. Now we'll head down to the Pacific Division, and the biggest jersey, if you guys haven't seen it yet, is the Las Vegas Knights jersey there. I'm on the fence about this one. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. There's certainly jerseys I hate more than it, but there's certainly jerseys I like a lot more than it. But for your first jersey, the logo, I think I like it a lot. I don't like the rest of the uniform. I think the red kind of sticks in there like a sore thumb. It doesn't belong there. I know they picked it as a team color, but it doesn't necessarily need to be there, But, it's not a bad jersey. I could see myself wearing these on my hut team for NHL 18. The Kings jerseys, never been a big fan of them. Still not a big fan of them, but they're clean-looking jerseys. Vancouver looks pretty much the same. I think the logo almost looks bigger than it usually does with Vancouver. I like Vancouver's jerseys, guys, not gonna lie. Not my favorite, not the worst, but I would put them up towards the top of where I like teams. The Phoenix, Arizona Coyotes, excuse me, good, I just slipped. Yeah, their jerseys aren't bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't necessarily like the style they got going on there, but I'm happy with how their uniforms turned out. Now the Anaheim Ducks, I know a lot of people said that they were unhappy with these. Personally, these are one of my favorites that actually changed. Believe it or not. Yeah, they used to have those swoops down at the bottom of the jersey. Those are gone now in favor of along the cuff of the arm and along the side of the jersey, which I think is very sharp with that slight orange piping around the shoulders. Looks very, very good. I like it a lot. And oh boy, Edmonton Oilers, you finally get something going right, but you have to screw something up, because once one thing goes right, you have to make something else go wrong, because you're the Edmonton Oilers. Why the hell are you going to navy blue? Stick with the royal blue. You guys were looking awesome. This reminds me of those jerseys a couple years ago. I think it was in the mid-2000s, where you guys had that gear for the Oilers logo, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about, that really ugly blue. It was almost not even blue. It was like a purple-black almost. But it was just an ugly jersey. But you guys are like, let's go back to that, because our fans got to taste some excitement, and we got to have an iconic jersey, so let's ruin it, and let's produce one of the worst jerseys in the NHL. I really hate the royal blue, guys, if you couldn't tell. It's not even like just because I wanted royal blue for the Sabres. It's because I think the Edmonton Oilers had such an iconic color combination there with the royal blue and the bright orange, and it was bright. And watching their games on TV, watching the playoff games, that arena was amazing to look at, all the bright blue and orange everywhere. It was just awesome. The San Jose Sharks, I like their jerseys. It's very, very simple with only the stripes along the arms. But it's a clean jersey. I really like it. And the Calgary Flames, would have liked to see them go to that alternate jersey they have with the lighter red. As you guys can tell, I'm a fan of the lighter colors. But those are all the nicest jerseys in the NHL, have all those lighter colors. But still think Calgary has a very, very sharp uniform. They no longer have the along the lower side of the, like around the oblique area. They no longer have that weird piping. So there we go, guys. That is Adidas new uniforms. I'm very disappointed the NHL went to Adidas, but not a whole lot of change. Not a lot of jerseys got better, though, which is what we were all hoping for. And no third jerseys to help us, so we'll just have to turn to alcohol instead of buying a third jersey to go ahead and get over the pain of some of these franchises' jerseys. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic on these jerseys. You guys go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I will be doing a live stream also this Saturday, so tune in for that, as it'll be pretty fun. I think it'll be pretty exciting. Again, it's a live stream, so we always have fun in those, but hope to see you guys there. Make sure to subscribe so you get notified when I go live, and I will see you guys in the next one.